Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum. Ba, 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 bum. Ba-da-da-da. All right, I know these videos have been coming out early lately, and yesterday I had a dentist appointment, so I could only trade in the morning. But um, I'm actually having some life events that are causing me to reorder my schedule. And so, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I'll only be able to trade until about noon Eastern, and then I'll promptly stop, in theory, and put out a video. They usually take me about 15 minutes to make, and they should be even shorter if I'm only trading till noon. So, uh, I know that you rely on these videos. I know that you need me and you want my videos to be half-hour videos of an all-day trade, but I just can't do it, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not a good enough trader to not have a job, so fortunately, I might have a job lined up. We're gonna see what happens, but um, anyway, here we are. Today, the S&P 500 opened above all-time highs, which is amazing. It was a little breakout. And my first instinct was to buy puts because I'm like that. Why are you like that? I didn't though, because yesterday, you may recall, I said I need to give it time before I trade instead of just trading right away. So I gave it time, and I tried to catch this little bounce here, which was foolish. I know it was foolish because this was not a key level, and so it had no business bouncing here. And there's always a little bounce, well, excuse me, there's usually a little bounce before some continuation to the downside. So I should not have let that trick me. Fortunately, I played it smart, kept it tight. I got in and stopped out. I believe it was within the same minute. Yeah, it was in the same minute, 9:47 a.m. And then this would have been a gooder bounce, and it was at a key level, that red to green level, but I was kind of like, well, I don't want to mess around. Like, I already screwed up the one time. I don't need to screw up the more times. So I let it go. I let it come up here. I tried to grab a put right at this was the previous all-time highs, which had actually occurred during market hours, but I think yesterday, yeah, it was the high of day yesterday. So interesting that. I figured it was a key level, tried to grab a put and missed. I didn't want to chase it down, so I missed out on this beautiful run. And then when this was pushing, so it came down, broke green to red, and I was looking for a reversal. Again, I know that so this was the 1550. It broke under it and then it came back above it. And so I'm thinking this is gonna go back up, and it did. But I stopped out. I was premature on my entry. I think I chased it up a little instead of letting the price come down to my entry. So I stopped out again in the same minute. 8 seconds after I bought it, I stopped out. So that was kind of frustrating. It comes up, it hits the VWAP, and usually I don't think too much about the VWAP, but it put in this little reversey guy here, this red candle, and then the volume was fading. So we'll come back to that. But so I grab a put, And and you might be thinking, well, that's terrible because it went up. But actually, I grabbed a put right before it dumped back down, right before it dumped back down to green red. And so I wanted to take that profit right away. I was up 30 bucks in less than a minute. And so I wanted to take it right away, but I went to sell it, and E-Trade was like, "You idiot. You don't have anything to sell, you idiot." And I was like, "Yeah, I do. No, I bought that put." And I looked, and my entry was still hanging there, um, which just broke my little heart. I don't mind telling you, it broke my little heart. Um, And I even tried to get in on the bid. So, I mean, on the offer. Like I put my order in on the offer. I didn't get filled. Apparently, I was a half second too late. Then it dumped. I was imaginary up $30 and trying to sell something I didn't even have. So it was really frustrating. It sucked, and I didn't walk away, but I kind of zoned out for a minute, just did a little breathing exercises. But I was watching um, these trends. This is something I've noticed lately. These trends will be going up. See the resistance line right here? So you see this resistance line here, and the stock is trending up, but that's actually like a really steep trend. I would not call that a trend line, but you can see it's going up, and it's got this resistance line, and the volume is going down. And then when it breaks out, you have this volume push. So I thought that was really interesting, and I'm curious about how that works. I guess from like a volume price analysis standpoint, you can imagine that these moves are getting smaller and the volume is confirming them. So then when it pops on volume, when it pops, it gets volume. And my screen is flickering because my docking station sucks. Pro tip, do not buy a UTech Smart docking station if you want to have 3 monitors. Anyway, I didn't know what it was going to do. I thought it might break this, which was the previous all-time high, but it did not, and it continued downward. Interesting that it failed at this resistance level. I don't know why I didn't catch on to that before, but yeah, so it comes down here, and I spot this reversal. I think that it's going to go up. It does go up, and then the volume was getting weak again. So I guess that kills my thesis, right? Because here's the resistance level, volume's getting weak, and then it failed to pop. So I wonder if that kills my thesis. But it's also way down here as part of a downtrending thingajoo, so who knows. I grabbed a put because of this upper candle and the fading volume, and then it broke red to green, and so I stopped out right away. Not the same minute, let's see, the next minute. Within 18 seconds, I stopped out. And so I was like, you know what? This thing is gonna go down. It failed the next minute. I was like, this thing is gonna go down. This is BS. It's downtrending. It doesn't have support until, well, here, obviously, but until the top of the consolidation from yesterday. So we're doing this, and I grabbed a put. I think I I chased it up a little bit, but when it failed here, I grabbed a put, and I had to give it a little bit wider berth than I would have preferred. So I gave it a little bit of a wider stop. I usually do $5. I gave it 10, and it did test my resolve. I was down $9 at some point, and then it continued as I had anticipated. So I got out right before this pull because, oh no, it actually broke this support level. Sorry, this support level. It broke that support level, and I got out. I watched it for a minute or two, and I said, okay, it's going to go back up now, and so it did. And yeah, that was my trading day. Let's see. If I had to take a guess, I would say that it is going to continue to reverse. It's going to bounce off this line. It's going to bounce off this line. Oh, that's not an arrow. So this is just me spitballing, like I don't know for sure, but let's see. From 383.50 to 384.25, call it, so 75 cents. Red to green is at 384.40, so 385.10. Seems optimistic with all-time highs. I think it's going to get stuffed right here. I think it's going to get stuffed on this line, probably end the day. Okay, I'm just getting like a little insane right now. Like, it's ridiculous to think that I can see this, but I think it's going to end the day right in this region between 384.5 and 384.7. So you know there's bag holders on the calls at 385, and most of the volume profile in this region has happened in the 384.50 area. So I think that it will get up through that channel. I think it will get stuffed here, and I think they'll hold it up right in this channel. And then the call holders for 385 are going to be sweating, and put holders for 384 are going to be sweating. And so they're going to want to keep it right there. And then who knows what will happen from there. That's my prognostication. Thanks for listening. Thanks for understanding that I, have to do other stuff for money because I'm not that great a trader yet. I'll get there. It's not, as long as I'm breathing, it's not over. So, all right, good luck, everyone. Study hard, be smart, use stops. Bye.